It's not rocket science.
Not rocket science. Not rocket science.
It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science.
We're back in the studio. Blast off. Welcome to Not Rocket Science. In this episode, we're interviewing stand-up comedy sensation Audrey Stewart, who's appeared at the Improv, the Laugh Factory, the Comedy Store, and many of the top clubs all around the city and across America, and is the host of her own podcast, No Pill Friday. In my opinion, she's one of the funniest comedians in the game, and we're lucky to have her. She's going to tell us all about stand-up and teach us the ways of comedy. Because after all, it's not what, Anthony.
Science.
It's not rocket science. All right,
Thank
cool,
you.
that was great.
Lord have
You got
mercy.
it. Our studio plant, Greg, is going to try out some stand-up. He's going to be our studio stand-up, Greg.
Greg, how
are you?
Greg, how are you?
Wow, I got to admit, I'm a little bit nervous tonight. Performing in front of this many people. I sure hope I don't soil myself, if you know what I mean. Get it? Soil myself? Ooh, wow. Wow. You know you can tell a lot about a plant by whether or not it has a fern handshake. Wow, get it? Fern? Fern? Wow. Well, that's my time. I guess I better be leaving. I'm a plant. Get it? Plants have leaves. I'm leaving. Wow. I gotta go. That's it. Wow.
Wow. That was some strong plant-based comedy, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I think if plants could laugh, they would love it.
They would really love it. I think they would dance also.
Maybe he's inventing something new because you can talk to plants and sing to plants, but I've never heard of do stand-up for plants.
Anthony, my brother, I have a challenge for you, sir.
All right.
And it involves these balloons.
Looks
All
like
right.
there's balloons here for a reason.
So, yep. Grab a couple balloons here.
All right.
Okay.
Do you want me to do the American red, white, and blue? Red, white, and balloon?
It's
Get
up
it?
to you.
Why
Or
didn't you already-
the reggae colors.
Oh, that is reggae.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's reggae. Okay. Here we go. So here's the challenge.
Okay.
All right. The challenge is whoever can keep. You can't let the balloons touch the floor. Okay. And the loser has to wear these googly eye glasses the whole episode.
All
the rest
right.
of the episode.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
So what do you mean? What do you mean not touch the ground? You just hold them?
No. You have to like, hit them up in the air.
Okay.
And you can't let them touch the ground.
So the first person who touches the ground has to wear it
loses.
the whole time the rest of the episode. Google
Yes.
eyes.
Googly
Okay.
eyes.
Google eyes? Did you get them from Google?
Googly eyes.
All right, ready?
All right, on your mark, get set, go. You have to hit them in the air.
You never said, oh, wait. There's no rules towards it.
Wait a second.
You didn't say you had to bounce them.
No.
That is not something you said.
I did. I said up in the air.
You said you should keep this is in the air. Okay, I'll do it legit.
All right. On your mark, get set, go.
Oh.
Anthony lost.
I lost it.
Yes. Finally, I win something.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, here you go, bud. You gotta wear those.
These are fine. Okay.
How do you feel?
I feel, well, let's see if I have vertigo after all this, but I'll be all right. I think I'll be all right. I feel like a bug. Like
All right,
a fly with a bunch of different vision
right.
sites. Feels
look
good, though.
you look great. It's
Yeah, I'm
very
sure I
becoming
do.
of you.
I have a child, you know. I frickin' seize this thing. He needs me to be serious. Now next time I'm like, why didn't you do your homework? He's like, look at the video of you in those stupid glasses.
Let's move on to our interview portion.
It's not rocket science.
We're interviewing comedy sensation Audrey Stewart.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
overzealous.
He's not being jealous.
Overzealous.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you're being jealous.
It's true. I think you're hilarious.
Thanks.
Okay. No, I'm talking to her.
So I'm a joke?
You're the one wearing those glasses. She's appeared at the Improv, the Laugh Factory, the Comedy Store, all the clubs and venues across America.
It's true.
She has her own podcast called No Pill Friday. In my opinion, she's one of the funniest comics in the world.
Oh,
Here she is,
Matty,
right there.
you
Audrey Stewart.
Son of a gun. That was nice. Yeah, guys.
And I
Was
want to explain, because we kind of explained it to you earlier, but I am wearing glasses because I lost a challenge.
It's kind of freaking me
Yeah.
out.
I have no control of these things.
Like, it looks like they're just down.
No, it's nice to see you. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for coming.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
I'm
So this
stoked.
podcast is called Not Rocket Science, and we interview people about their professions and what they do. So we've had a chef, we've had a clown.
Clowns is some serious stuff.
I'm glad he didn't spit up the coffee. 'Cause
Mime,
we've had a mime,
coin person,
coin collector, a
firefighter, a forest.
We
a whole
just
forest.
we break it. It's called
A
Not
florist.
Rocket Science.
Yeah.
Not rocket. You should have had me on the same time there was a firefighter.
Why
Yeah.
is that?
Just kidding.
He
Are
was
you
a
an
hunk.
Are you an expert in fire?
No,
or-
he's a hunk. He's bona fide. He's calendar ready.
Please calendar.
He was very much so. He was a nice looking firefighter, calendar ready and all. Mr. December.
So what is the story of Adrey?
Like, how did I get into what I'm doing?
Or in
Yeah,
general, where
just
you
in
grew
general.
up where first? In Illinois,
All
I
right,
think.
so I'm a Midwest. No, but close. I'm a Midwestern
Michigan.
gal. No, but
Michigan?
I go up to Michigan every summer. I grew up in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice.
a little Hoosier, which is the ugliest word. And then I went to Indiana University.
Nice.
I did a lot of improv back in the day. Like,
Nice.
Through in Indianapolis, I did my high school's comedy sports team. I did improv at my college, although I started not showing up to the shows because I would rather, it was like the same freaking day as like football tailgates. And I was like, I can either get sloshed or I can chase my dreams in improv. And I chose sloshed.
Yeah.
And then I
I love your terms for things. I knew what sloshed means, by the way.
sloshed, but I missed it. I was like, it felt weird doing that, but I was like, I need to live my life. And then when I graduated, I was like, okay, now I'm going to take improv seriously. I did all levels of IO Chicago.
Whoa.
And then I moved to LA and I did Groundlings and I was not good. I was like, they'd be like, I don't know what it was. I just couldn't get it. It was like, we're at a church and I'd be like, I'm a T-Rex. And I'd like ruin the scene. And I feel like my teachers were like, we want to pass you because you're funny, but I just don't think this is the way you're going to go. And so then I was like, well, the other option is stand up.
Oh wow.
So I was like, hope this works because I just love comedy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
You're so funny.
I loved stand up.
Oh, that's
I didn't even
awesome.
do an open mic. My first time ever on
Oh,
stage was at a
really?
show,
Whoa.
a bringer show. He goes, I don't care what experience you have. You bring 7 people, I'll throw you up. I go, deal.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Brought like 20.
Whoa. 20.
Yeah.
20 people.
That's awesome.
Just so everybody knows I have friends, I wanted to say that. And so then I just kind of loved that, and I just kept working at it. And then I took a class, a stand-up class, and there was a showcase at the Laugh Factory. I was only like 2 years in, maybe a year and a half. And I did the showcase at the Laugh Factory, and they ended up filming it. And then they posted one of my bits, and it went viral. And then I
Whoa.
started getting booked on all these shows around town, and then it kind of caught fire, and I got an agency and management, and the rest is history.
All from the class.
I'd say from that clip, I think that's what put me on
Yeah.
the people's radars, and then
If
I've
you
just been
wouldn't have taken
building
that
ever
class.
since. Yeah, if I didn't take the class,
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
That's awesome.
So one class, you killed it. The other class that's not nice either. I don't like that they said, but they said you're funny.
Yeah.
Did they actually say that to you?
They were like, "You're so funny," but I don't like. There's just
This isn't you.
you're not ready to move it forward. And I have friends who go through Groundlings who rock it, but I have friends who spend so much money and they get dismissed at the very end, and they've given up so much for it.
You get sad.
And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I just think I just want to be me, and I don't want to rely on, unless I'm acting, but I don't want to rely on other people.
Yeah.
People, you can rely on people too. Like
I never want to rely on anyone. I want to be me.
don't do that to yourself. There's people that you can.
No, I know what you mean. It's like being in a band, right? Like
Yeah.
having to be like setting up band practice. Like you just want to be on your own, do your own writing.
Yeah, and I knew there
Yeah.
was something. I think too. This is one of my favorite little cute things. Is like I went to an all-girl camp when I was younger, from like 8 years old to like 18, and it was just like the best thing ever. And there was a talent show when I was 8, and it was like I had signed up. The whole camp watches, and I had no idea what I was gonna do. I didn't even know. And then I get called up, and I just like sing this song that I'm making up on the spot about what it's like to have a bowl cut as an 8-year-old.
Yeah.
And it just, it probably did so bad, but people were cheering, and like I saw people laughing and having fun, and I was like, I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna find this again. So I thought it was an improv, but it was the whole time I think it was stand up.
Was that the first time you feel like you knew you were funny?
Not even funny. It was the first time I knew I loved saying something to spread like that, to see effect. Like
Yeah.
that feeling of just watching people and like laughing and like getting excited and like clapping, like just bringing joy out of people. As corny as that sound, I was like, oh, I'm addicted to that. I want that. I want that for the rest of my life.
That's amazing.
I'm not staring at your doo-doos.
Yeah, it does. It looks like you're literally like, yeah. So
yeah, really cool. You were 8 years.
So an all-girl camp, you said.
How long did you live in Chicago?
So I did just the summers going into senior year. That's when I completed all levels of I did the summer intensive.
Yeah, I did. I was an IO guy. Did you know that? I did
Really?
IO
Did you really?
for years.
So ridiculous.
I was an IO performer for
I'm
years.
so glad he lost because he looks ridiculous.
With the shirt
over
on,
there.
it's all tied together. I feel like you with those glasses in a strip club. I wouldn't be shocked.
I wore this to a Groundlings class, and they were like,
Okay, so
"Sir, you're not a character." No, I did do Chicago. I was Chicago.
I was gonna
guy.
say, so are you currently on Groundlings? In Groundlings?
Yeah.
Are you main stage and
No.
stuff?
No. I'm doing classes now. I just started. I've never done it before. I really like it though.
Okay, if you love it, you love it. And
But I did IO for a long time too.
Now iOS.
No. I lived in Chicago. I did IO Chicago.
So funny
I
when
was
he
on a
shakes
Herald
his-
team.
A Herald team. That's
Shake
cool.
your head again.
Yeah. A lot of my closest friends from comedy I met out there. I have a lot of I don't know who you would know, but you probably know some people maybe. You were there for a summer, so
I was there for 4 months.
Yeah. So I spent 6 years in Chicago doing comedy.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
And so
Yeah.
Chicago's a bet. I just did like 5 shows at Zany's.
Zany's
and
is
it was
great.
The best.
My son's name is Zany, and he's actually really obsessed
Is your
with it.
son's name Zany?
Yeah, no, his name's Zane.
I was like, well, that's a true
His
comedian
name
son.
is but he is his
Little
name's
Zane.
Zane, and he loves. We went to by Zany's not too long ago. Actually, I took him to he had his epiphany of I think he likes comedy now too.
Really?
Yeah, we went to the Second City, and I brought him to ETC show, which do you know Jerry Minor?
No.
Jerry Minor used to do SNL, mutual
I know
friend.
him, yeah.
He directed the show, so he said that it was okay if I brought Zane, who's 8, to the Second City.
I was gonna say, how old is he?
He's 8. So I brought him to the show, and obviously I should have thought about. There's we had some conversations after the show about different topics and different sketches about dirtiness and this and that, but. He loved it, and walking in, I apparently you have to be like 13, and so I was like, Zane, you're a tall kid, like
You're 13
yeah,
today.
you're 13 today, and we're watching the show, and they asked for a suggestion the cast for an improv scene, and I heard Zane go, aliens. And I was like, what's happening right now? Why is he talking in that weird? And I was like, oh my God, he's trying to be 13. So he tried to be like a grown man. He's trying to sound like an adult, and I didn't have the heart to tell him. And I think honestly that the cast might have thought I was like laughing at them and not with them, because after he did that, I just couldn't stop laughing because it was so funny to me.
Funny.
But I think that after that show, it really changed him. Kind of like you said when you were 8. Like he had this like. I could see it. It was really cool to see. I've never seen that in another human. Like, wow, I really love this part of the world. You know,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really.
I love that he said earlier. It makes his voice lower.
And it was definitely like before and after that show where he was like really into it. Like,
that's
he liked,
so awesome too.
Shows
and to have a son that's interested in what you're interested. That's got to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
So, how do you go about in writing jokes? Like,
what the hell kind of transition is that?
What do you mean?
We're in a conversation, sir. No.
Well, I was trying to move the conversation along a little.
All right. How do you go about writing jokes?
Yeah,
Good transition in the stand-up world. That would have been a failure.
Yeah, how do you go about writing jokes?
So this is hysterical. I mean, here's the thing. You know, I have bad ADHD. And it's like, and I know people say, and I know people say that. Everybody says that, and I know that probably you guys feel my pain, but it's legit. Like, if I sit down and write, I don't get the full effect of a joke because I'm like, I can't focus, but I'll write a concept down. I can focus on that. I'll write a concept, and then I will just throw it in. It's harder now because I'm doing all these big stages, right? And it's harder to take my risks, but recently I've been like, I'm back to it, where I take the concept and I fool around with it a little bit in crowd work. And then I usually get like a point of where the concept is going through talking to somebody else, and then I incorporate that into the bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
And then a lot of times recently I've been recording. I hate listening to myself back, but I've been doing it a lot. I record myself, and then once I hear, even if I don't crowd work the concept and I just mention the concept, I'm able to hear it, and then I think of things after I hear it and I write it down. But I never understand how people can just sit down, write the whole joke out, and then say it.
It's tough.
Right.
Which is like, I know that that's like the classic way of doing it, but I've never been able to do that. I don't even know how I have a 45-minute to an hour set. That's mind-boggling.
Wow, that's
to me.
awesome.
Well, it's good you found your way. When you
just
first
found your way, your own way of doing it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
because I have to do 45 minutes tonight, actually, in San Diego. And
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And
Well, thanks for being here
Yeah,
first.
thank you for being here
yeah.
first.
I'm not going to leave till 4:30.
Well,
I
still.
like to take a risk and get there right before
Do you, when you first started then, how did you start creating to develop your first 5 minutes then? Because did you try to sit down and write and it was just so hard? Or?
So here's the thing that my team told me. One of the reasons I think I got that, I call it what you want. I'm not saying I'm this successful, like mini success in stand up, like our starter success, is I knew my voice right away. I wasn't questioning my voice. I think it takes people a while to find their voice, but I knew who I was. I'm changing all the time. I change all the time, but in the moment, I know what I'm struggling with. I know what makes me me, and I just talked about that. I talked about being sexually, like exploring sexually, and having being a little bit more masculine towards men, and just being ADHD, and just like I took my lens and put all my concept through my lenses, and was able to create nonstop stories of situations. So that's how because I am not an observational comic. I'm not a political comic. What if I got a writer's packet to write political jokes? I said, you're on acid if you think I could just sit down and write political jokes. Like, I can only write jokes that are through the lens of my own eyes.
About you.
But I like to punch up people's scripts. That's not what I'm saying. But it's more so like for stand-up, I'm like, it's so me.
And do you do that? Do you punch up people's scripts?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've done a couple. I've been in a writer's room before, and then I've punched up. I've done punch-up sessions for like National Lampoon and stuff.
Whoa, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's real fun. It's really fun. Because that's the same thing. You hear things, and you just throw things out to go with it.
You just riff.
Yeah.
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 That's awesome. That's cool. That's such a good skill to have. And you're so talented with characters as well. Like,
Thank you.
you have this video of an audition for space.
I need to go back
And
to those
it's
characters.
so funny.
These are all
How
my-
did you like? We'll show a clip of it.
I've watched every space documentary that there is. Ad Astra, Interstellar. I mean, I know everything there is to know about space. When they take jumps, it goes in them because of the lack of gravity. And I'm down for that. Space Jams, seen it.
It's so funny. You're in the most ridiculous space costume. Like, describe what your costume was.
It was like literally this was.
Yeah, where'd you find all that stuff?
So this was 2020, okay, and I need to go back to these characters. But when we couldn't do stand up, I was like, I guess I'll do sketches on Instagram. But my situation was wild. I lived with like 5 straight frat dudes, and we lived in this house with a pool. And the garage just had so much random shit in it from the boys that they've collected over time. So I literally went in and I saw, like, I had a space shirt and I knew that they were doing a NASA launch. And I was like, I'm going to get tinfoil. There was like a little alien stuff thing. And I was like, I'm going to create. And my friend Garrett, who went to my high school, he films. And we would just. And the neighbors would always know when I was doing my sketches. They loved it. They were like, "You're doing one of your neighborhood sketches?" I was like, "Yeah."
Oh my God.
Everybody was in on it. Everybody wanted to be in him. And
Yeah, you have the speedrunner one.
the speed walker.
The speed walker, yeah.
Yeah. I need to bring those back. I think just in the pandemic it was easier to do them. There's nothing else going on. And now the guy that I do that with, he used to like charge me like $100. Now he's like $500.
Oh,
shit.
boy.
I thought
like,
you were
made
gonna
a
say he
career of it.
passed. I was like,
I mean, could you imagine? He died.
Oh gosh.
So I can't really do those videos because he's dead.
um,
It's a way to bring it up.
so
Nice guy.
yeah. So he charges. So he's a friend, but he charges you $500.
You know, it's like, if
Well,
I do
well.
like 2 sketches and he edits them and all
Yeah.
that, it's like, because that's
Yeah.
his living now.
Right,
And
right,
I guess
right.
it takes so much time. I don't think I realized how much time he was putting in all those
Oh.
videos.
Gotta make a living.
Because you're so funny in those videos. They're just so funny. Like total SNL. Like you could send that to SNL for an audition for sure.
I did. I just feel like they've got a lot
You just
on
have to
their plate.
keep submitting. It takes time. I think
Yeah, what
Melissa
about you?
Melissa submitted quite a bit, I think.
Have you ever auditioned for SNL?
I think 3 or 4 times, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. I like doing it because even if you don't get it, you get that skill of knowing like an impression or something.
Yeah.
Or you have like a new character, you know. But you should just keep trying because I think
Well, I did JFL, and they had people audition from JFL, but they didn't know how me audition from JFL.
boom.
They had like
That's
some other people in
awesome.
my group were like,
He's happy that you got JFL, not that they
yeah, I
didn't
was like,
have
that was
you
a weird
audition.
thing. He's
Yeah,
like,
well,
boom.
I didn't get the audition. Damn,
Yeah,
girl.
I was like, that was confusing.
Come on,
Yeah,
Maddie.
Comforting.
What?
You get the,
No.
he
I was-
wants you to. He wants success.
She knows
for
what
her.
I
I
meant.
think
but
she
I was-
did. She knows you have a kind heart, but others might not.
I know what you mean.
that you got just for laughs.
Yeah, that was
excited.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for that.
Yeah.
That was great. Definitely
Um,
grateful for that.
Yeah.
That was this year.
Yeah.
Did you go already?
Yeah, it was
All right,
awesome.
great.
All the new faces got COVID, and then everybody blamed the new faces. They're like, new faces gave everybody COVID.
Do you think it was a microphone sharing situation?
I think it was not the new faces who gave everybody COVID. I think it was one of the agents who gave everybody COVID.
The old faces.
The old faces who gave everybody COVID.
Yeah, so
The old faces.
The old faces. That's
Is
really-
there an old faces? That's really great. They should have the first new faces now do the old faces.
They should do the old. That's really fun.
I think that'd be great to do the old
That
faces.
would be. Hiccup. This is soy milk.
Yeah. Soy messing with you?
I think so, but I can't stop drinking it.
You heard it first. The old faces.
The old faces.
So you have ADHD like me and Anthony, and what are the things that you do to help your ADHD?
Well, I have been off my meds all summer, and I have so many bits about being off my meds, and it gets
Well, you
the
have
crowd,
a podcast called
Yeah.
No Pill Fridays.
Is
Yeah.
that
it gets the
Adderall and all this?
crowd riled up. I'm like, who's off their meds? And everyone's like, oh.
Yeah.
And the guy at Zany's was like, we were scared for a second.
Oh, God.
I mean, I got everybody go. I was like, who's off their meds? And everyone's like, ah.
Oh, my
I was
God.
like, oh my God. I would
Do you have video
crowd
of
surf.
that?
Yeah, they've
All
got
right.
all the tape. I need to. I'll send
Yeah,
it to you.
send it to me.
So
I'll send you it.
You were less controlled, it sounds like.
Yeah, but I just had a video conference with my doctor, and she was like, I highly recommend you get back. And I was like, I agree. My laundry isn't gonna just. I gotta deal with
Why is laundry so hard?
It's hard.
Dude, why is everything so hard? But what you love, anything you love, it's not hard to do. But anything you're just like a daily task, it's impossible. I'm like,
hard.
Yeah.
or I forget what I'm doing. I literally would be doing something and walk. If I was on my way
Yeah.
here and I was walking down the street and somebody goes, "I really need you to pass out these flyers." I bet you $20 I just start passing out flyers.
Yeah,
forgetting I was on
wouldn't
this
know what
podcast.
I wouldn't know what to do. Yeah, I do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've lost keys or lost something, or I'm just looking around and it's really
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
Sorry to bother
No,
you.
I need
No,
to
it's
actually
okay.
go get my ADHD pills from CVS after this. Probably.
ADHD. So it's like concentration pills kind of thing.
Focalin. Yeah, they
Focalin.
took me down though. I was on such a high dose. Now I'm only on 10 when I started
Because you
taking
started
it again.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think you're happy that you're going back on, or are you kind of bummed?
I know I need to go back on them to get it done. What I need to get
Yeah.
done, but I've been having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if I keep taking it regularly, I still will have fun.
Yeah.
I just need to get back in the groove. I just know the first 2 weeks are gonna suck.
You think it's gonna give you like headaches and stuff?
I'll just
or-
be boring.
No,
Because
no,
you
can
have
be
this great video of you with an ADHD coach or talking about an ADHD
Yeah.
coach. Do you have an ADHD coach or?
No, I've been my doctor. I had to go see a neurologist for a second.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, that was such a waste of money. Cause she was just like, she was like, there's this delays here with like reflexes, and she was like, your speech, and I was like, what's wrong with my speech? And then she was like, I just think you need to go to see a neurologist. And then the neurologist was like, your ADHD is just really bad. She was like, you're just in a severe category. You need to get like an ADHD coach or or like make sure you're taking your medicine. And I was like, no. But also, I don't want to pay for these things.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's
yeah.
why
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna like what as a stand-up comedian we're hustling so much. You want me to keep tacking on the bills? Like
Right.
There's not a lot of money in stand-up, and
And
nobody
ADHD
knows that.
coaches, I had one, and it ended up being like $1,000 a month.
See, that's it. I can't do that. There's
And
no.
it was so expensive, and I don't know what we accomplished because my ADHD was still like there, and then I would just find myself like trying not to like disappoint, and so I would just like kind of lie,
Not
and be like, yeah,
$1,000.
I did my calendar. And I would just like binge it like an hour before our meeting, and then I didn't want her to be upset with me, so it's just like, oh, it was very expensive.
That is so fucking funny.
It's
that
very
you had to
expensive.
spend so much money, and you're like, I don't even know what we accomplished.
I guarantee we didn't do. I promise you we didn't. That I don't think we did.
That is.
No, I'm not even gonna say we
That's why
did.
I'm like, like I could become an ADHD coach.
Yeah, you probably could.
I honestly think I just have to go to DeVry for 2 months, university.
Yeah, or it maybe.
What's DeVry?
DeVry's like online or all?
Is it
Dude,
like
it's just
University
someone-
of Phoenix?
Yeah, it's just.
Okay.
How were you in school? Did you go to college? You went to college.
Yeah.
So how was it hard to get to college? Being
So-
you have the severe, I have very severe. So college, what's that?
I'm actually writing a script on this because high school I had awful grades, right?
Oh.
GPA probably a 1.8.
Yeah, I worse.
I
than
did
that,
every
think.
single extracurricular you could think of. You said you're worse than that.
I did. I had a person. I couldn't be in a class without somebody sitting behind me, like a teacher. I had to always have a teacher's aide, just to keep me from like tapping. Like I'd be like doing like, all right, cool.
That's so funny. Yeah, I would have laps. Audrey, go take your laps. Do laps around the school. Audrey, you look like you need to go take your laps.
It was
No pill
so-
Fridays. That's
it-
why the podcast come. Fridays I wouldn't take my pill in high school. Then I'd go on. I had a lap buddy,
Yeah.
and I would take laps until I calmed down.
Gosh.
I didn't do pills in school. You got diagnosed later.
Yeah, I got diagnosed as an adult, but yeah, I was definitely in like special classes. Like
Oh,
I had
you
to
were?
like
Yeah.
like
Were
right.
you as well? or-
Yeah.
Oh,
I was in
God.
all
I like
special
had to.
classes.
I had this class where I just had one assignment where it was like make a presentation. I don't remember what it was, but it was like on sandwiches or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
like
right.
easy passing classes.
I-
you know
On
what I mean?
sandwiches.
Yeah,
There-
I don't know.
there
I
was,
can't remember what it was. My ADHD,
That's
but it
so
was something
funny.
like sandwiches.
Yeah,
like,
they were just like,
what's
whatever
your
it
favorite
is.
sandwich?
And you're like,
You know what I
"Oh, I
mean?
like Subway. I remember it. So two things I hated so much about the ADHD with my school is number one, all of like the learning disabled classes or the special need classes were on a specific floor. And I'll always never forget, like, hey, beautiful girl from my grade, how have you been? All right, well, the bell's ringing. I'm going to this floor where less than people live. And then there was so many classes. Like, I had 2 people I had classes with. Part of their graduation was literally just showing up, and their class was just to practice air karate moves.
That's
That's fun.
So
Air
they
karate
just
moves.
That
were like,
sounds amazing.
and we all had to sit and watch them. And then our teacher was like, "I'm so glad you showed up, Mitch.
That is so fun.
Mitch, you showed up. You get it. You got a pass."
That's so, the special classes are insane. But yeah, I had to do, so I got bad grades in high school, but then college, I got lucky. So there's a program, this is what my script's on. There's a program called Hoosier Links, and it's a bridge program. A lot of colleges have it. So you have to, it's politics, right? You get invited to apply. I happened to be dating somebody or best friends with somebody that was best friends with the dean of Indiana University.
Oh, wow.
So I got invited to apply to the Hoosier Link program, and they liked how many curriculars. I did all these curriculars. And they're like, your grades are shit. I go, I swear on my life, I will prove myself. Because if you do not get a 3.5 or above, so what you do is you get into Hoosier Links. You're not into IU yet.
Okay.
But you live co-ed floor. You live in McNutt, the dorm where all the other college kids live, which is the #1 party dorm, by the way.
Oh my goodness!
Shocking, they put us there. They put us on. Everybody called us the stupid floor. But we were everybody loved us at the same time.
Of course.
And so we were all co-ed floor on this floor, and then we would have to get shuttled to the community college every day, and we would take classes at the community college, all open book.
Yeah.
So we were getting sloshed
Yeah.
all the time on our floor. And then I actually was on my medication though, and I was like, even though it was open book, I was talking about I got a 4.0.
Nice.
And then they transfer you into the university the second semester, and it's wiped from your. So it never said I went to. It says I went to IU all 4 years.
So you never went
But
to
the
this
GPA
thing.
gets wiped, and then you restart the GPA the second semester.
But you did guarantee you were going to do it, and you did.
And I did it, and then in college I got a 3.6 because I stayed in the library nonstop. I was in the library. I had classes from like 9. I was in the library all day, just on my medication on the silent floor, just.
I love that all of the names in your school: silent floor, stupid floor.
Stupid floor. But like Hoosier Links, I'm like, it was the best time ever. You just throw a bunch of ADHD or whatever the heck people were struggling with, co-ed kids in the #1 party dorm. And our RA had narcolepsy. So she was asleep
All the time.
all the time. And we did a slip and slide.
Oh my
We
God.
lined the halls with trash bags and like soap. And we were sliding down the hallways.
Yeah.
We streaked. We would do streaking hour. And then
Streaking hour?
The boys'
It was an
bathroom.
hour.
The boys. It was an hour. It was an hour, and for some people it was all night.
At 8 p.m.?
Some people it was all night.
2 people streaked in their dorm together.
There was a room called the Virgin Room, which was me and Allison's. We were the only virgins on the floor, and my friend Grant.
So you were the virgin. Did it
Yeah.
say, like, did it have
Everybody
Mary
knew,
on there or
yeah,
something?
Yeah. Let's go to the Virgin Room. Yeah.
Stay away from that room.
So yeah, and it was just everybody was so fun. And then the boys' bathroom was broken at one point, so everybody was using the girls' bathroom. And we used to just do shower time with like handles. It was like,
There's all times and floors. I like all the. We got shower time.
and then we did a
got
volleyball
streaker time.
team. Your floor can form teams and play other floors. So every time we'd play other teams, people would be they'd be like, "Run, Forrest, run," because we were just dumb.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Well, that's why I started this podcast for people that struggled. It's kind of a way to like take power over learning, and that's why I started the podcast, like Not Rocket Science.
I
So, like,
love it.
Yeah, so
And me
people
do
can-
real well with this one.
so people can, young kids or adults can kind of learn subjects a way that's like fun and humorous.
Oh, this is
and
for
can
kids
laugh.
too. I apologize because I'm also like, I got sloshed.
No,
that's all right.
no.
Kids,
No.
they know what slosh. Kids get sloshed all the time.
No,
Slosh
no,
means
Sorry,
drinking,
kids.
right?
No. So it's for people that I just wanted to like, it's like taking school over again, but
Yeah, I love that.
yeah. So
I love that you got you had that whole. I feel like it's just so lucky you got it.
Oh no, the way that my life has happened is
That's great.
insanely lucky. Because if I didn't have that bridge program, I got into Ball State, so I could have done that. But I truly believe that having that bridge program is the reason I learned if I didn't have a middle step between college, I would not have, they would have thrown me into college and I would have been lost and scared. But being with other people who struggled and then going to that community college where I also didn't have a car, so I was stuck there all day until somebody could take me back. Just learning like the stakes of something and just being in a smaller college classes before going into these massive lecture halls. I mean, it changed. I wouldn't have had a 3.6 in college if I didn't have this bridge
Do
program.
you even know what your
That's awesome.
GPA?
I have no idea. I just remember the SATs and
You did that.
Yeah, I did the SATs, but I just remember
I didn't.
The only reason I know is because I applied to my master's
Really?
recently.
you didn't do the SATs.
I didn't do SAT.
We should do that on the pod. We should
Shit,
study
no, I'm
for
not
it.
gonna do that.
SAT.
I'm not gonna do
So
that.
basically, my SATs, I just I did study, but I remember I just didn't. I was just panicking, and I remember just being like, I want to get over with this. So I just checked boxes. I was just
Oh
like,
my
yeah, I think
God.
it's that. I think it's that, and I just kept moving on.
I'm
you
dead.
know,
Yeah.
because it was just I don't know. It's no way to test kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's no way to It's kind of like an evil thing.
Zane
Yeah.
Zane just had this. So when you're leaving second grade, you have this standard test to test if you can get into a gifted class or non-gift. I think it's HP. I don't know what the whole thing is at. But anyway, Zane had the test, and Zane is very, very bright, very
he is.
very smart kid. But he did the same thing. I was like, "How did the test go?" And I was really worried because I want him. Even though I was a terrible student, I want him to be
a good student.
Yeah, why wouldn't I? That'd be
Yeah.
weird if I was like, "Let's party, boy."
Yeah, yeah.
But same thing. I was like, "How'd the test go?" And he's like, "Great." And I asked his teacher, and he's like, "I think Zane just marked." He didn't really. He just handed because he was after 5 minutes, he just handed it to
Aw.
me, and I was like, "Zane, did you mark it?" He's like, "I didn't even read it. I just marked A,
Well,
B, C."
they shouldn't set a time limit on a test.
Right.
It's such a weird
What
thing.
is the just stay
what
until we all
what
finish.
the stakes? Yeah,
you
you
got
know
a
what
happy
I mean?
hour you gotta freaking get to?
It might take me a day to answer this one question. I
Yeah.
might have to talk
True.
to other people about this
Yeah.
question. I might have to get advice
They should get rid
from
of all
other people.
standardized testing.
They should
Yeah.
get rid of
I mean,
testing.
get
and
out of there. I'm not some of the
Yeah.
smartest people can't test.
No, it's
Yeah.
so it gives you anxiety, and obviously, why
Yeah.
wouldn't it? It's you have to finish this very important thing
In
that's
1 hour.
gonna
Did you
in
guys-
1 hour. It's going to make or break you, and
And they're
Go.
and some of the questions are riddles. It's
Yeah.
wait, hold on, I have to figure out a riddle first, to
SAT
figure out
oh,
the answer to this question.
I want to do this with you. I want to
We
take my
should-
SAT.
We should. Let's.
I'm gonna start
I would take the
this.
SAT with
Would
you
you
guys.
do this?
I did really good on the ACT. I got a 29 on the ACT, which isn't that bad, but for me it was pretty
Yeah, I
good.
don't even know what my score is.
I mean, I don't have
did
one.
you?
No,
you
I didn't do
ta-
anything.
How did you get through high? How did you?
I didn't
Don't
go.
you need it to get through high school?
I don't.
No. You,
No,
oh, you
college.
not go to college?
I did for a little bit,
Oh,
but
okay.
I went to community college, and then I built my resume to get into a little bit better, but not really.
Dude, I didn't even take the written part of the ACT or the SAT.
Were you able to do verbal because you have
Yes,
ADHD?
I got unlimited time.
Yeah.
And then all my friends are so mad. Unlimited time. I was
You
exempt,
should,
I was
though.
exempt from the writing.
You deserve
I
that.
think
I
everybody
did.
did,
I
you
did
know?
deserve that, and then IU was really good with me too. I did not. I had extra time. On all my tests.
I did too.
Indiana University, I was shocked. They handled everybody with learning differences so well.
I like it,
that's
but I
good.
also always feel that anxiety. I'll never forget because I feel like a lot of it is labeled we're less than when we have something like this.
Yeah.
We're not as good because we learn differently. And I remember being okay, well, Devries, looks like you need a little bit longer for your test, so we're going to send you in a
Your
different
glasses
room
are
there.
killing me.
Mrs. I like anything serious.
Good or?
I just you just look insane.
Well, you know what else is good about this is yeah, folks, I didn't take any of these tests. I didn't.
You're talking about your son, and I'm like, this your son. I'm picturing him with the same eyes as you right now.
Yeah. It's
Just like a
also
little
funny
boy
to
with
think of
your
that
eyes.
too. I really take take dear care of my boy. And you're like, what in the world is that? But yeah, then they would send me to another classroom, but it would always be an announcement.
The best is when he moves his head around.
Don't you
Yeah.
tell me.
Don't you tell me.
I think I am crabby today. Mike DeLay said that. I feel like I'm not, but
What? No, you're great.
am I crabby to you guys?
No.
No? Wait,
Yeah.
is this you crabby?
Why? No, I'm not crabby. I'm pretty nice usually.
Um,
I think. But yes, I think that's it. And people do see. I never had that. I should have been more open. I think I was very embarrassed and.
you okay? You crying?
Crying.
cry?
No, I was.
what-
I was. But I was just to say I really appreciate, and I'm sure you get this all the time, your openness about that because
Yeah.
your friends were jealous that you had longer tests.
Yeah.
And I was just like, God, they have longer tests. That everyone thinks I'm a guy who can't do things right. When people are probably like, wow, I wish I had extra time. So I
Yeah.
like that your honesty is the best. What is that?
Policy.
Yeah, honestly, that's
Pomegranate.
pom-pom.
So what are you working on now? What's going on?
So the strike's been interesting. I think after
Yeah.
JFL, like I expected more, but I think there's like that strike.
Yeah,
But I
yeah.
am writing a couple things, which is good. I love animation because there's no stealing.
Yeah.
So I'm working on an animation right now, and then
Nice.
I'm writing the Hoosier Link script. And then stand-up is really taking up a lot of time. I'm booked and busy in that.
Yeah.
I'm blessed to be working at, I'm in development at the store right now.
At the comedy store?
Uh-huh.
What does that mean?
Yeah, does that mean you're
So
to be
just-
passed as regular? Is that what that means?
I think eventually, but right now it's just development. So, and I don't know if they pass every single person in development, but it'd be awesome if I could get passed. But that might be down the line. I don't know. But it's like they just put me on shows, and I usually open the shows, or you
There
send
you
in
go.
your avails weekly, and they put you on shows throughout the week.
Yeah.
And then the improv I'm passed, so I've just been doing the improv there. a
Oh,
lot.
that's great.
So it's been good, and
And
well, I'm assuming I'm past the improv. I'm there a lot, and
Yeah,
I'm
of course.
sending my avails.
I like
so.
you're looking at Maddie like
Yeah.
I'm like,
if,
assuming.
like Maddie's
You want me to
like,
call someone?
Yes, call and ask.
Maddie says you're not passed. I don't
yeah.
know what to do.
Yeah.
But
So-
if for anybody that doesn't know, not that have to explain everything, but past means you can perform at the venue. That's what that means.
yeah, and you send in your weekly avails, so you
And-
get a lot of spots.
And so if you want
That's
to,
awesome.
I'm on the road a lot too.
Road.
Yeah.
I'm going
Oh, cool.
on the road all weekend. San Diego tomorrow or tonight, and then headlining in Slow all weekend.
do you have a home club that you like to play, or do you just go wherever the mic sends you?
You mean like in LA?
Yeah, just in general. Yeah.
I'd say my home club is the
yeah.
Improv right now. I'm there
Yeah.
the most.
Oh, that's
yeah,
awesome.
Improv is the home club. Love the store. Love the comedy store too.
When are you in the improv? What nights are you're there a lot?
Just
or-
randomly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, cool.
My next night that I'm there, I was just there last night, which was good.
Nice.
Hosted for Craig Robinson and all them. So
Wow.
it was fun.
That's amazing.
And then I'm gone all weekend, and then I
You're in
have
San
Comedy
Diego all
Store
weekend?
Monday and the Improv Tuesday.
And what advice would you give stand-up comedians that are just starting out? What would you tell them?
Stage time. I know that's so
Yeah.
cliche, but it's like the truth. It's like, and it's just get up as much as you can because, I feel like the secret for me just doing crowd work or whatever I can do now is just because I'm so comfortable.
Yeah.
And there are no stakes. Like if I don't do well one night, it doesn't matter to me anymore because I've hit the stage so many times where I'm just used to it, or it's it's a job, or it's just
part
oh,
of the
it's
experience.
part of it.
Yeah.
But I don't think I would feel that way if I didn't have. I mean, just and different kinds of stages. Go to every different kind of show. Go to challenge yourself with different audiences.
Yeah.
Don't get comfortable. Because I think a lot
Yeah.
of people get comfortable and stay in a certain scene, but it's I think you should go anywhere and everywhere. Go out of LA.
Yeah, leaving LA is great because that's kind of a real crowd in some ways too. And
Yeah, the Midwest,
Yeah.
Florida, Texas, all the audiences are different, and you'll learn how to.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have bits that I move around like puzzle pieces.
Oh,
Because
really?
if I'm at Fort Worth, Texas, some of the stuff that hits hard here is not going to hit hard there. So I move it around and I shake it.
Shake
Oh.
and
I
bake.
change it.
Shake
and I
and bake.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
to cater to whatever.
So do you do so you don't do all your jokes from you do all your jokes from memory. You don't write them down, or do you have them all written down?
I have never I have the words like.
Oh, you have like
Tim
a
and
set
Steve
list.
and like garbage disposal. Like I'll just
Yeah,
know what
you have a
each
set
of the,
list.
Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
set list. I do have a set list.
That's but it's not like it's just the word. And you have it written down, the word, right?
Yeah.
Just so you can remember the
premise.
And some people their notebooks are never seen something prettier. They're like highlighted, and I'm like, whoa.
I like doing mine on the computer because I can like edit things.
Yes,
you know
the
what I mean?
computer's
Easily.
great. Yeah.
But like on paper, it's like everything's just scribbled out.
I
Be
know,
like,
yeah, it's so hard.
like serial killer writing or
On
something.
paper, like how do you do that? So.
Yeah.
Even talking about it's making us sleepy.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I didn't mean to yawn. That was wild.
I like it. I
No,
like
it's
it.
cool.
Someone said you get oxygen to your brain when you yawn. So I was just giving myself some
Who
oxygen.
is this? Someone?
Nice.
Who is this liar? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
I've
right.
heard that too. I've heard
Huh,
that too.
I don't know.
Well, where can people find you on the interweb?
Well, thanks for having me. First,
Yeah.
Thank
of
you.
course,
You guys are
yeah.
awesome.
You're
This is really
awesome.
fun. Sorry, I've been
Yeah.
hiccuping and like about to burp every 10 seconds.
I love both of those things.
That's all right.
I thought it was clever, and now I just am too lazy to change it. It's Audrey Stew is art. 'Cause my name is Audrey Stewart, but no one gets it. And every host is like, your next comedian is Audrey Stew is art, because everything is my last name.
Sipping on some scissor.
So it's just, yeah. And the only thing is Audrey Stewart Comedy is my Facebook page. What are you doing on
Nice.
Facebook? You know?
And you have a website too, right?
I have a website, www.audreymstewart.com.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is the other Audrey Stewarts on Instagram. We're in a group message on Instagram. We all found each other, and we just we're like the Audrey squad, the Audrey
You
Stewart
like
squad.
each other.
Yeah, one's a zookeeper because I was gonna hound one and be like, "Can I have the name?" But they all are successful and need them. So like, there's a photographer, a zookeeper, me, and a dancer. We're all in a group.
Have you thought of making that a show, a sitcom? or
The Audrey
something? Not a
Stewarts,
sitcom.
where we all
but
find each
like
other.
a podcast where you go to interview the zookeeper or something. I think it'd be really fun.
I go interview all the Audrey Stewarts.
The
of
one in
world.
your group, at least.
That's kind of fun.
You should.
You got a photographer. You can do a photo shoot with an Audrey Stewart.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
idea.
a really good idea. It's not bad.
I think it'd be
It's
really
actually
fun.
Well,
You're all across the world, but
It'd be so weird to meet somebody that you have the same name and then you just have that whole
That
time
would be
together. It'd be really fun.
You should do that. Well, thank you so much, Audrey, for being here. So great to talk with you.
I loved it.
You're the best.
You guys are the best.
Yeah.
Thank you so
thank
much.
Oh, thanks, guys.
And also check out her podcast, No Pill Friday. And is that on all the apps?
It's on all. It's so Jam in
Nice.
the Van. We do it through Jam in the Van. You can find it on their YouTube page, and it's on Spotify.
Nice.
And it's a lot of the things we talked about already today
Yeah.
with the ADHD and this and
Yeah.
that and that and this.
It's definitely not child appropriate. So if you're a kid, do not watch it. But if you are
That's all right.
18 and older, maybe 15 and older, maybe 18 and older.
Yeah, that's what this podcast is too. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
18 and older. I
We're
think.
18 and older. What the hell?
What the hell?
I didn't know that. Whoa.
Well, thank you, Audrey.
Thank you,
Yeah,
guys.
take care.
Thank you so
Jeez,
much.
guys.
Yeah.
And if you want to, we will do this SAT with you.
Wait, I'll do it.
Yeah,
Yo.
we should do this should
We'll
be like a
check in with you if
special
you don't mind.
episode.
Or should we take the test to get into grad schools, and if we pass it, just go to that grad school?
We should.
Or
D-
go-
Wait,
go to
you're
grad
getting your
school.
master's right now.
No, I was going to. I was gonna try to get my master's in psychology while pursuing stand up, but I got into a couple good schools, and I had a talk with one of the advisors, and she was like, "I'm gonna be honest, like supervised hours, it's like all you're gonna be doing." And she's like, "If you think you're gonna be traveling for stand up and doing supervised hours, I don't think it's gonna."
Yeah.
You've had a lot of conversations with teachers.
I
It's
know.
like,
I was
I've
like,
gotta
I'm gonna
be
be a
honest.
therapist because stand up comedy, even if you're doing really well, I don't know if it's consistent money ever. So I would love to be a therapist on top for like entertainers and stuff. But then I'm like, I don't think it's.
We got to do commercials.
Yeah, well,
It's the
my
same
commercial
thing,
agency is
right?
probably fed up with me. Yeah, they keep sending me shit, and they give me like 5 hours to complete it after they send it to me. I'm on an airplane. I'm like, you guys, this is your
Tough
fault.
when you're on an airplane to send something out.
This is your fault. All
Have
right,
fun
guys.
in San Diego,
Shout
by
out
the
to-
way.
Oh yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah. Well, we're returning back to the atmosphere, and that's our show. Thanks for watching and listening. If you're a listener or a watcher, thank you very much. And Anthony, thank you for wearing the glasses this whole episode. But
What glasses? Ah!
oh
I'm just kidding.
God.
I just took, if you're doing the audio listening portion, the reason I screamed is because I took the googly eyes off and did a joke that I scared myself without the eyes. Anyway. Yeah, I'd like Matty. Thank you for everything. Audrey was wonderful. And everybody here was wonderful. And I was wonderful. And
You were
the
very
sound
wonderful.
is wonderful. Chris, can you come over for a moment?
Yeah.
You were wonderful. Thank you for coming on, so you can leave now. Thank you.
Okay.
Michael, Delay, please come in. I wanted to let you know you were wonderful.
Thank you.
All right, now you can go. Thank you so much. You
So-
guys are all wonderful. And Matty, definitely want to take this time to dedicate this episode, and I appreciate all of you very much. And I appreciated this man. One of my friends passed away.
So sorry, buddy.
Yeah, Ryan, please stop hitting me.
I was just giving you comfort.
All right,
Love you,
well,
buddy.
But anyways, Ryan Majewski, one of my good friends growing up, unfortunately, is no longer with us. And I wanted to dedicate this episode to him because I cherished him, loved him very much, and I really, really will miss him.
Thank you. This is a photo of Ryan, a.k.a. Juice.
Juice Man.
So thanks, everyone, for watching and listening. Keep learning. Be curious. Because learning, it's not what, Anthony?
It's
Not rocket science.
Yep.
It's not rocket science.
Not rocket science. Science. Not rocket science.
It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science.